God?
It's always God speaking to us.
This meeting is being recorded. Continue.
Well,
Hi.
welcome everybody to the
Did you just say
new.
welcome?
Welcome
Well,
everybody
welcome
to.
everybody.
Welcome. It sounds like rectum. But welcome everybody to the new OG Nerdcast. That's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna talk about pretty much anything and everything that we want to, but we're also nerdy at the
And
same
do you know
time
why? Do you know why we're gonna talk about anything we
because we
want to?
can.
Because we fucking can.
Because
Okay.
we're you could swear, you don't have to bleep yourself out. This
Oh,
is
thank
explicit.
fucking God. Because I'm not gonna lie. There's no way I would have made it without swearing.
Oh no, 100%. This is explicit.
No way. I got a mouth on me that would make a sailor fucking blush.
No, this is
Really
explicit. We don't have to worry about not swearing because I
Well, it's
will.
mainly because the lipstick I normally wear, but I'm just not doing it today. You know,
I
the glare was coming off the camera, so I take lipstick off.
Nice. Hey, I could add the lipstick on through
That camera filter you
through,
have.
yeah, through Zoom. So
Are you? So you're recording this, right? The
yeah, it's gonna it
video as
records the
well.
whole video. Yeah, we're recording
Are we
everything,
throwing
man.
this on the tube of views?
We're gonna put this on a YouTube. You can check this out on YouTube at the OG Nerdcast on YouTube. Have a channel up. This will be up there as well. So if you want to see us, come check us out. But yeah, so my name's Mark. And I, sometimes go by the name One and Only on Twitch. That's about
The one and only.
Yeah, like I said, we're calling ourselves the OG Nerdcast because we're a bunch of nerds that like to talk about nerdy things and sports and.
I'm pretty
things.
cool. You're a bit of a nerd.
We're just trying to keep people occupied through world events, okay? We don't want to talk about those, so we're going to talk about the good stuff. Who are you?
Oh, you did want to ask me because you did your introduction. I'm sitting here waiting patiently for my moment. I am the beardo weirdo. That's what I am. Clearly, I am the beardo weirdo.
Weirdo, for sure.
Yeah. And beardo too. You know, I kind of have one of those things rocking pretty good right now.
It's
You may
fake.
know me from such social media platforms as TikTok and Instagram. And now I'm here with you.
Hey, we've
Our
done this
second
before.
run of the podcast, second run.
Yeah, we've done
Somebody
this before.
went and got a job that didn't make it easy to do podcasting.
That was also
So,
you.
this weird twitch in my neck.
We both got different jobs that
It was my
occupied our
Lane
time.
Venice hand here.
We both got it. Hey, we did pretty good on our first run. We wanted to change things up though, and actually had come up with a name instead of the Untitled Project since last time.
I like the Untitled Project, though.
Yeah,
I
was gonna suggest bringing it back since it's just me.
I
and you
said
again.
that too. You said
I know.
no.
Well, because it was different. We had different circumstances, but then it turned out just to be us. And
We could have called it the Untitled Project Podcast 2.
oh my gosh, that's too long. The first name was way too long.
It was
but yeah.
UPP.
So,
UPP 2.
UPP.
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 Yeah, so we're gonna try different platforms though. So we're gonna be doing this is gonna be on all the major platforms. We're gonna be doing it through Spotify. Apple,
Things are a
all
little
that
bit
kind of stuff.
different. Things are different now too. Like when we were doing the podcast before, there's very limited services that we could kind of put it on, right? It was like we were pretty clean cut, like between one or two, and that was about it. Now, like obviously YouTube was the thing back then, but it was hard to get it on YouTube. Now, since we're recording the video, it's a little bit easier. And like with other programs that you can, there's so many different platforms to throw podcasts on. Like Spotify wasn't even a thing when we first started doing
No,
podcasts.
it was.
Right?
It was just back.
It
in
was
the
a
day.
baby. It was a
Well,
baby.
It wasn't a baby, but Spotify you had to like resubmit it to them, and they had to and it was just a process.
So much easier now.
like
So
we
much
were-
easier now.
Yeah, we did Apple. We were on Google, I guess, back in the day. I don't even know if that's relevant anymore.
I don't know. Do people listen to podcasts on Google?
I don't know.
People just go to Spotify.
I think there's like Google Podcasts still, but Spotify I think is the mostly where people.
Spotify's
listen to them.
killing it.
I personally use Apple. I use Apple Music. But,
I use Spotify. I'm not gonna lie, I'm in Spotify.
I use Spotify for years too. But,
I love listening to like Joe Rogan and like you ever hear Alan Cross, right? The Alan
Mm-hmm.
Cross podcast. I
Yep.
can't get enough of the Alan Cross podcast. It's just awesome. I love his voice. I want him to read me a bedtime story
I was
like
gonna say
every night.
I feel like he just put me to sleep if I listen to that.
It's like I want to go to sleep. He puts me at that level of comfort where I'm about to go to sleep, but I'm so intrigued in the sound of his voice, it will never put me to sleep, but I'm perfectly relaxed like I'm about to.
Uh, Podcast. I actually I start listening to oh god, Workaholics. Those guys.
Yeah, I've heard.
I
Yeah,
used to I listen to their podcast. It's pretty good.
my wife only listens to murder mystery stuff like Crime Junkies and
Yeah, I listen to
some other crazy ones.
I've been listening to Criminal for like the last like 6 years, I think, or something like
I
that.
don't listen to crime ones. It's not my thing. I don't know.
Criminal one's a good one to go through, but
I understand their allure. I understand that people like hearing about the crime mysteries and stuff like that, but it's just not my jam. I
yeah.
don't know. I like
I
interviews. I like hearing interviews. I like that's why I like Joe Rogan because he interviews so many different people, and he's so neutral with his questions too, right? Like he doesn't have a bias in either way. He just asks the questions of people just to
ooh,
see what their input is on, it, and it's awesome. That's why I like hearing other people's opinions on things.
that's a
It's fun.
controversial topic because some people I don't think he's I think he's very biased in a lot of times.
So yeah.
But
Moving on then.
moving on from that. But Jimmy, bring it up on the screen.
What do we? My name's not Jimmy, and I can't bring anything up on the screen. I'm technologically declined in any way possible. I can't. I lock myself out of my phone at least twice a day, and I have to get my wife to reset it for me.
Oh my gosh. Well, also another plug for you, Brian, or Beardo. Oh.
Me?
On your Twitch, we're talking about doing this live as well. So not only is it
Yeah.
gonna be a recorded podcast, we are trying to do a live one version as well.
So if anybody is interested in that on myself, we should make a Twitch for this one too.
Yeah, well, I will get
Unless
around to
because you
it.
could stream it on your Twitch and I can stream on mine, I guess. That way we can kind of get double coverage.
Yeah,
But my Twitch handle is the Weirdo Beardo.
yeah,
And it's OH, so the weird OH beard OH. So it's
yeah.
like, oh, because I'm amazing.
Oh my god.
So it's a weirdo beardo. You can look for it. If not, you can follow me on TikTok. Same thing, but it's backwards beardo weirdo because
Yeah.
someone already has the weirdo beardo, and I've tried messaging the bastard, and he won't fucking talk back. That's a different subject.
You don't get the respect, you know.
I know, eh?
You're like
No respect. Huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say
No
Rodney
respect.
Dangerfield
Huh?
in the TikTok world. Uh,
I'm the Rodney Dangerfield of the TikTok. No, I'm definitely not. Oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
yeah. That's a compliment, man.
I guess so.
You
If I
know?
get his level of success, I'll be okay with that.
Yeah, right. He's a legend in his own right. So yeah, we're gonna try to do that. But yeah, this one we kind of keep it a little casual. We're gonna talk about some up and coming like movie trailers that were already released, and we're gonna talk about those and upcoming movies that we're excited for and looking forward
Video
to.
games coming
Video
out.
games.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Sports. Because I know people who are we're that rare breed where like people who are as nerdy as we are that talk about, comic books and comic book movies and video games and stuff like that normally don't like sports. And because I noticed that with like when I have Twitch, like my Twitch, oh my God, they hate it because there's a few people on my channel that do talk sports. And then as soon as we do start talking sports, like my chat just like, oh my God. They get
yeah,
so annoyed. Like, yay, sports ball. Like they keep making fun of me for it. I'm like, listen, guys, I'm sorry. I don't mean to, but I gotta get it out somewhere. So
yeah, yeah. Like
we both like sports very
yeah,
much. So we're gonna talk about sports here and there too. So
yeah.
you don't like it, just through if you want to for a little bit.
No, always listen. Listen to every second, every millisecond.
Maybe you'll learn to like sports because of us.
Well, honestly, I think I stopped watching a lot of sports, to be honest. Like, I'll watch them if they're on. It's not like I go out of my way not to watch them.
Yeah.
I stick to baseball.
I'm not as invested to them in the last couple years as I have been before. I always try to keep an eye into the ground, or my nose to the ground to see like what teams are doing well.
Yeah.
Especially my teams. Any big trades or anything else like that. But I'm not like I used to like literally like every day I was like checking scores, checking averages, who's the top leaders and everything else like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm a Titans fan, right? And like obviously like everybody knows how the Titans did this year, number one seeded team in the NFC going in, first out in the first round, right? Like pain in the ass. But like it's not that I was disinterested in the Tennessee. We had a great year, but like Derrick Henry's the number one guy in our team, and he got hurt week 5, and he was out the whole season. That guy would have made MVP. He would have set so many rushing records this year. It's insane. So when he kind of went down, I was kind of like, man, I don't think we're gonna do good this year. And we started losing a little bit. So I'm like, see, I called that shit. And then we started winning, and I got more interested back near the end of the season. So
The only thing I watch is Super Bowl for football. I can't get into watching football, and also I just don't understand how they only have 16 games in a season.
they're changing it. They're 17 now. They're moving up to 18. They're getting rid of two. You okay? The one is theirs, and the other one is ours.
Life with a family.
I know, eh? Wife and kids. I folded laundry, and I have 2 laundry bins. One with just our kids' clothes, and one with our clothes. So she's putting them away now, so she's just checking which one was which.
Oh yeah. Gotta check in.
I'm a family man. Listen, I'm a streamer. I'm a TikToker. And everything else. I'm a family man first.
No one's judging you. This is a judge-free zone. Okay?
Judge-free zone.
Yeah, like who am I to judge? I got horror mask sitting behind me. I got
Boba Fett.
I got a signed Corey Taylor behind me as well. Corey Taylor.
Oh, you do got a signed Corey? I'm jealous. They're giving away Slipknot tickets on the radio today. I was like so tempted to call in.
One of the best shows I saw was Slipknot, and their stage team is incredible.
They get like platforms and stuff too, don't they? Like different layers.
Yeah, and they don't let's leave them up. Like they take like 15 to 30 minutes between like the last band before them. They take like 15-30 minutes, and they have this like massive crew come to the stage, and like it's like a construction zone, and you just and they're just like building this like platform.
That's pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I was like, so we were sitting at front. We were at the front gate, and we were watching. Like we got to watch it because the curtain didn't close all the way, even though they had hit this massive like Slipknot projected curtain up.
Yeah,
we still saw behind it, and it was like crazy to watch these guys. Like I said, it was like a full.
How long did it take them to set it all up?
Like 15 to 30 minutes.
Shit, man, that's a good stage crew to get that shit up that fast.
That's what I mean.
Man, I was so pissed off because I went and saw Coheed and Cambria a long time ago, and like I was pissed off. I loved Coheed, and I loved it. They did a great set. But like my wife went and saw Coheed like not even 8 months before I did, and she's like they came out and they were all dressed as like elves, and like there's a fairy tale thing. There's a big tree on the stage, and like this little Red Riding Hood came out of the little hatch of the tree, and there's like a wolf chasing her and shit like that. So it had this really cool like fairy tale theme going on. I'm like, fucking right, I can't wait to see them. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be the same thing. So I finally get there. We saw the first band play, and then the lights go out, and then like the curtains go, and then you hear all this stuff shuffling around. I'm like, all excited for it. And the curtains open up, and just them standing there, and they're all wearing like t-shirts and like cargo shorts, and Claudio Sanchez had his hair pulled back in a ponytail and stuff. I'm like, okay, this is okay. This better be good though. Like it's gonna be good. So they came on, they started singing, and they did great. They know they did the singing. Their singing was fine. But like between every song, the lights would go down, and they would step back for a little bit and just like take like a 1.5, 2-minute break. I'm like, that's the only show I've ever gone to in my life where the band hasn't interacted between songs with the crowd. You know, every band does that. Like they'll joke around, they'll talk to the crowd and say something goofy. They turned off the lights, they took a step back. You just seem to stand there getting like water bottles and drinking and stuff like that. I'm like, I want them to talk to us. I'm going to do something.
That's strange.
But then, they kicked it up a notch.
Ooh.
They went about 3 songs. They bammed, threw some spice on that shit. It was like maybe 3 songs in, and I think they were playing, was it that Blood Red Summer song?
Honestly, and I don't know much of them.
As soon as the song ended, we expected the lights to kick off. They immediately kicked into an Iron Maiden tune. They were playing The Trooper. I'm like, okay, Iron Maiden, yes, right? I'm excited. They ended up playing like 5 Maiden tunes in a row, and they were like jumping up on stage. Claudio's hair was everywhere.
Are you sure you didn't see a cover band?
No, I mean, it was great. But then they went back into their tunes, and then they started interacting. So like they did this slow build up. They made people think that was just gonna be like an in and out songs, right? Mm-hmm. And that was all it was gonna be. And then they slowly started building with the Maiden tunes, and the Maiden tunes got even heavier and crazier. Then like boom, like it went like Maiden, and there was no break. It was like Maiden, boom, Coheed, and they started playing Coheed songs. Like they didn't skip a beat. It was like 40 minutes of straight music playing. That's impressive. That's super impressive. And
Yeah.
yeah, no, it ended up being a really, really good show. And then ended up having like a like a 35-45 minute encore at the end of it. So it was great. I was impressed.
Well, bands set up those encores now. It's like
Oh yeah,
this
no, for
this
sure.
it's just like
Because they didn't play Welcome Home. And Welcome Home is like their number one song, right? So that's what my wife said when she saw them play and they had their fairy tale outfit.
Mhm.
They opened up with Welcome Home, right? So when you open up the stage with
Mhm.
you know, okay, this is gonna be epic. So I didn't hear it. I'm like, there's no way Coheed plays a concert without playing Welcome Home. So I knew they're going to do the encore. And that's
Yeah.
when he came out and he was wearing like this frilly little pirate outfit and the bands were all dressed up like that. He had his double guitar. I'm like, I know it's coming up. My welcome home. And it was good. They did a great job. I was very impressed.
That was the only thing. That was the one thing when I saw Slipknot, man. I was like, oh, they gotta play. Oh
What the
God, why
shit?
can't I think of the name of the song?
Duality,
No, they played Duality.
Psychosocial,
No, they played
Wait and
that too.
Bleed.
Wait and Bleed.
Yeah.
That's it. I was waiting so long because I've never seen them before. That was the first time I saw them. That was before COVID, so that
I've
was
still
like
never seen
2018.
Slipknot.
Really? It's
Yeah.
honestly an experience. It's really good.
I would love to see Slipknot. I would absolutely love to see Slipknot.
I've been to a lot of shows in my life, a lot of concerts, and that was the first concert I've ever seen a girl flash. I didn't understand it, but they have a section of their show that they all go that they put you like you go on your you bend down basically. You're sitting on the ground.
Okay.
And they just stop everything, and you're sitting on the ground, and this girl's just up on this guy's shoulders, flashing. Yeah, I was like, "What are you doing?" I was like,
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
I was like, that's just one of those things you thought was fake, and that was like only in like movies, but apparently it's real.
Dude,
Apparently people do that.
I've seen Alexis on Fire like 3 times live. There's got to be at least a dozen people flashing at every single Alexis on Fire show I've ever gone to.
Oh, really? I've been to
And Dallas Green's there, and every girl wants to show off to Dallas Green. There's a lot of dudes flashing themselves too, like, "Hey, Dallas," he's just like, "Yeah, thank you." Like, I don't know, like,
I've been to a few Alexis on Fire shows, but just yeah, I'm not. You know what's funny? Like I became a fan of theirs after they broke up, really, and not even a fan of theirs. I like their older music still. Their
the old
live show never
Young
impressed
Cardinal
me.
album is really good. I really
But
like that one.
which one?
The Old Crows, Young Cardinals.
Oh, I hate that album.
Really, oh, I like that
Yeah,
album.
no, I hate that
Watch Out was
album.
a good album, obviously, but like
Watch Out, and then Crisis. Crisis was my
Crisis was
favorite
good.
album.
Yeah, Boiled
Um,
Frogs is probably gonna be one of my favorite
yeah,
Let's Not
yeah.
Fire songs by all.
I like a lot of Wade though, like Wade singing and stuff like that. Like
Yeah,
he's he's
that's why I
got
liked Old Crow Young Cardinal because he's a lot more into that than Dallas was.
I didn't like the album. I thought
It's
was
a
a bad
different
singer.
tone for them. It's definitely a different direction than what they're used to doing, right?
You
So
could tell that they kind of just put it together because they were obligated to finish an album, and they just put it together to put it
I
together.
liked it. I liked it.
That's
The
what I
Northern
felt.
was a great tune. I don't care what if you like the album or not. The Northern was a good tune.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like what the fuck? I love
No,
that song. It
no,
was so good.
I didn't like that. I didn't
You
like
know
it.
who I wasn't a big fan of, which was City in Color. The second album. The first City in Color album I loved,
The
but
first one,
yeah,
somebody or somewhere or something.
Savior Scissors was on
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and Coming Home, and Hello I'm in Delaware, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Great tunes.
It's because he didn't write half those songs.
I didn't like the second one. I
Second
couldn't
album
get it.
wasn't bad. I don't like Gord Downey, and Gord Downey and his song was pretty good. It's,
I didn't mind that one. Yeah, I'm not like I'm not a hip fan. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't mind it. You know, it was okay.
I thought it was decent, and I'm not a hip fan. I can't do that.
You ever go to Weber's?
Weber's?
Yeah,
No,
up by North Bay in Ontario.
no.
So there's this restaurant. I don't know if it's not actually. I heard it's not there. I heard some people on my work that I talk about it said it's not there anymore. It's this burger joint that's on the highway that got so popular and did so well that it's literally in the middle of nowhere on this highway strip. I think it's just before North Bay or Huntsville or something like that.
Oh, I've heard of it. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So what it is they got so big and popular, they paid for the city zoning laws to allow them to build a bridge from their side of the highway over to the other side of the highway for traffic coming against them. And they bought a parking lot. And that way people who are coming to like out of North Bay back towards like the southern part of Ontario can park there, walk over the bridge and get some burgers on their way home. And I've gone there maybe 5-6 times in my life, right? And every time I've gone there, they like there's so many people there. Are you hearing that beeping or is that just me?
That's just you.
Okay, good. Because my Discord's beeping like crazy. I just don't want to be interrupting, but that's all I'm hearing in my head. So long as you guys don't hear it, we're fine. Anyways, every time I've gone there, there's always been a huge line of people, right? So what they do is they walk down the aisle and they take everybody's order.
Mm-hmm.
And then you pay for it. And that way, once you get in line, you just hand them the receipt. And all they sell is burgers and hot dogs. That's it, right? And you can get like one burger with 2 burger patties on it, or 2 burgers with 3 burger patties each on it, and stuff like that. So like, because they're like the paper thin kind of smash burgers.
Yeah.
And every time I've gone into the main room where you get your order, they're just blaring the Tragically Hip. Just and I've gone 6 or 7 different times, and every time they're just blaring the hip. So it's got to be like a thing for the shop to be doing it. But it's cool because like everybody that's there working, they're all like singing and they're dancing. Like the grill's right in front of you, so you're looking down, like you're not this far away from the guy cooking on the grill, and he's just sitting there. He's just pumping to the New Orleans is sinking, man, and I don't wanna swim. And then everyone will like at the same time be like, "Woo!" Like it's cool how like they're all interacting with it. It's a fun experience. I really do like it.
When I was in high school, so this was many years ago.
Which I was going to say is many years ago.
Yeah, many years ago. I had a co-op, and the guy that I worked with for co-op, it was just like IT, so it was like it was just him that ran the IT. So he had his little like closet, and all he would do was blare music all day, and the only music he blare is Tragically Hip. And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna put this this playlist on today." It was just like a different organization of the Tragically Hip songs.
Same songs, just played in a different order.
Oh yeah, or he'd have a couple other Canadian bands too, but it was mostly just the Tragically Hip. Yeah. And like he'd get me a Christmas gift, and it'd be just Tragically Hip stuff. And I was into it for like a good year, but then after that, I was just like, wow, I can't listen to these guys ever again.
Don't get me wrong, I love the hip, I really do, but I've been around people who've overplayed the hip, and like they won't accept anything other than the fact that the Tragically Hip's the best band ever created in the whole time. Great band, don't get me wrong, probably one of the greatest Canadian bands of all time, sure, but greatest band ever where there's no other music in the world to listen to other than them? I don't really think so. There's a lot of other bands I like listening to.
It's weird that they're just a Canadian thing, really. Like they were known in the States, but it wasn't big in the States, so they weren't actually like known.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Bare Naked Ladies. When they played shows in the States, it was small clubs and stuff like that. Where they came here, they were playing arenas.
You'd have to say Rush is probably the biggest Canadian band out there then, right? Because they're the most globally known Canadian band.
Well, it depends on the scene. I know Alexisonfire is pretty massive.
Yeah, that's true. Like
they're arguably they still will they headline festivals, and
yeah,
they were broken up for what?
Isn't the Who Canadian too? The Who was Canadian, or the Guess Who was Canadian? One of the two of them.
The Guess Who, and then Turner Bob.
They were popular too.
Overdrive, which was the Who, the Guess Who.
Yeah.
They were popular. Neil Young. I'm not a fan of Neil Young.
The ex-Spotify guy.
Well, his music's still on Spotify, but that's just because of it was only one record company that followed that approved it. Because he's with multiple record companies.
Yeah.
People
he can take off all he wants, but the record company's the one that controls it all.
Yeah, so one record company was like, okay, you don't want your stuff on there, we'll take it off. And the other one was like, no.
Fuck that. We're going to keep putting it on there.
Yeah. So they left it on there, so he lost that one. But I'm not a Neil Young fan. I won tickets for Neil Young one time, and I gave him.
I don't mind him. I'm not going to go my way to see him. You know what I mean? I don't mind him.
Yeah, but I think it depends on the genre.
The thing I like about Neil Young more than anything, he's a Sharks fan.
Oh God.
Yeah, he loves the San Jose Sharks.
Why?
Every time I watch a Sharks game, they always do a second intermission shout out to him because I believe his son has severe cerebral palsy. And they have like a special spot for like people in wheelchairs at the game. And every single second period intermission, they always do like a zoom up on me. He's there with his kid, and both his kid and him both have a beer, and they always like, hey, to the crowd. Like, oh, here's Neil Young with his son again, blah, blah, blah. And it's cool that, he's still, the guy's in his 70s and his son's like in his 50s, and they still go to the hockey game together. And it's pretty fun. It's interesting. Oh my God, my Discord needs to go.
It must be, it'd be nice to just have like that. Things you can just do whatever you want whenever you want to do, though.
Well, you can. You just got to be filthy rich and able to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what I was doing wrong this whole time. I'm completely poor. What's wrong with me?
This is what I've been missing.
I thought I needed money for some of this shit. I just said, I'm going to wing it and see what happens.
God, you know, I've been doing it wrong. You know what? From today on, it stops.
It stopped
Okay,
that. Yeah.
it stops. I'm
I've
on a
been
new
working
path.
on that rich thing for a while. Still ain't happening. Ain't happening.
uh, jeez. Well, you know, there's always still hoping. You know,
I'm still working on it. I'm not gonna lie. It's still getting there.
I
The
think we're
TikTok thing's
all.
doing pretty good. By the way, I do have 1.5 million followers on TikTok.
Isn't it technically more than that? They just don't show you it after the 0.5.
Yeah, because so yeah, because they round it up and they round it down, right? So
Yeah.
like I'm at like 1,500,000 like 70 or 60 some odd
Yeah.
thousand. But there's also a thing going on TikTok right now where there's a bunch of bogus fake accounts stealing people's content. And that happened to me. So I've got 3 accounts that are stealing my videos and they're re-uploading them to their page without tagging me as a creator in it, and they're getting a lot of followers and likes and stuff on because people think it's me, because their only content are my videos.
Yeah.
But you can say anybody can save any video on TikTok, right? And it's kind of like that's the thing, you can't do that. If TikTok sees that you do that and you upload somebody's video that's not yours, that's a violation of community guidelines, right? And there's one account that was on there which has been removed. And there's a thing I'm going to say with TikTok is they're slow with this action, but that you get to think about. There's a billion users on TikTok, right? A billion. That's a lot. Even if only 1 million of those people are content creators, which is an incredibly low number, I gotta say there's got to be close to at least 50 to 16 million content creators on TikTok right now. If they even have one of those fake accounts doing that stuff to them, that's 50 million accounts, or even just 1 million accounts that TikTok has to sift through to make sure it's a fake account, to make sure that they're doing it against community. So it takes a long time to get through that
Yeah.
stuff, right?
They have a terrible algorithm though that they run.
Because 90% of it's just a bot algorithm that runs through their stuff, right?
Yeah,
Until it
but
becomes a point.
half the time it takes down videos that are completely fine, but when it
Oh
comes
yeah, I
to
know.
like videos that
I've
are
had
like
so many of my
actually
videos.
stupid and should be
Yeah,
taken down, they
I've
say,
had
"Oh,
so
no
many.
violation."
I've had a video of mine taken down before where like it's been in like I've seen the very first video of my feed is the exact same video I did, just the same kind of reaction. I'm like, whatever, bam, report, because mine got taken down. And immediately, nope, there's no violation found.
Mhm.
How is the violation found on mine but not on that one? Doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
But nonetheless, going back to these accounts, the one account was already taken down, which is good. So they're done. The other account's got 16,000 followers and like 120,000 likes of people thinking it's me. And that's not even the worst one. There's one out there that's got 170,000 followers. 170,000 followers that people think is my account. And it's got almost 4 million likes. Like my
I've
accounts,
tried to report some of those for like when
I report them every single day. And I've actually had people, because I can go, you can go into this just a problem, report a problem, or report an issue with like safety, security, anything like that on TikTok. And I've done that to TikTok several times. And I've actually had 2 different people from TikTok message me directly and say, oh, we see your concern, we see your issue, follow these steps and we'll take care of it. And it says go to their account, report their account, say that they're pretending to be somebody and report it as you, and then we'll remove it. I said no problem. I've done that about 30 times each to the 2 remaining accounts, and within 12 hours it comes up as no violation found every time. Why are you telling me to do this, and when I do it you don't honor your end of the agreement and take them down?
yeah.
I should be
Well,
close to 2
especially
million followers on TikTok right now, but because so many people are still following that other page, because they keep posting my new videos I'm posting. So whenever I post a new one, they steal it and they post it, so people think it's me.
you know why though? They're taking it because you're Canadian content, and then
That's
they're
that's
probably
why
getting paid for it.
that's why I'm arguing with TikTok about it. I said I'm like, you guys clearly know I'm a Canadian content creator since you're the people who run this app. So you know that my account is Canadian based. So I cannot get monetized. I will not be able to make money off this account at all. Any other account other than Canadian, I think Canada is one of only like maybe 3 countries that don't monetize their accounts. Every other country is monetized. So these people are making money off of my videos that I can't even make money off of. It's fucked up.
Isn't it great?
It's so fucked up.
So great.
It's funny because I'm planning on doing like this. I said I was going to do this big switch. I was going to go to Instagram and just
Mhm.
start doing Instagram stuff. And my Instagram would have like 600 followers on it like a month and a half ago.
Mhm.
And something happened on Instagram. I don't know.
I saw you were up to like 90K or something.
I'm at 95 today. I hit 95 today, so I'm almost at 100,000 followers on Instagram, and I'm just doing the same jazz I did on TikTok. So if Instagram starts taking off on me, I want to do like that whole LeBron James thing where he sat in the interview and he's like, "I'm taking my talents. I'm going to go to South Beach and play with Miami. I'm going to do something like that. I was like, I'm going to take my Beardo reactions. I'm gonna go to Instagram and like put on like an Instagram hat, and, like pretend like I'm picking a college or something like that.
You just need to figure out the YouTube algorithms and then just go for YouTube.
My YouTube's starting to get up there, and all I'm doing is reposting my goofy videos onto YouTube, right?
And for the
And
shorts.
the shorts, yeah. So I've almost had 1,000 followers on YouTube, which is it's a slow crawl because it's a bigger platform. But I'm getting a lot of views. So like a lot of my videos are getting, I have a few that are like 5, 6, 700, but I got a couple that are like 10, 20,000. A couple that are averaging between like 1,500 and 3,000. So that's for YouTube, that's not bad, but it's a big, it's very picky. They're so strict. My headset's charged.
Oh, all right.
They're very strict with their monetization of their accounts though, right? Like you can post a video, if you say or do one thing wrong in any part of that video, it's immediately no longer monetized. So you can put 50 videos out in a row that are very long and big enough to get monetized, but I said pickle instead of pockle, and they're like, oh no, that's against our violations. You can't get monetized. And so it's more to kind of get like your name out than to make money on YouTube, I think. Try and get people to follow you and share your videos and stuff like that. Yeah. So I am planning on, because I'm known as like the food guy from TikTok, right? The funny food. I'm never going to be a skinny man guy. So what I'm planning on doing for my YouTube eventually is I'm going to make food videos. I'm going to make funny, goofy cooking food videos. I'm going to try and find a lot of the videos I did on TikTok that I reacted to, and I want to recreate them. I'm going to do a little twist on it, a little Beardo twist, something goofy, something weird. But I want to wait till it hits a certain amount of followers before I jump onto that, so I at least get some traction going with it, right?
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to keep trying to post to YouTube in general and then see where it goes.
Yeah. That's my problem.
You want our old video? We have that old video of making burgers,
I love that video. I really do like that video.
Too.
See, that's how I plan on making a lot of the videos. Just like the camera down on the cutting board and like doing all this stuff on the cutting board. And then I'll do like another one of me. So I'm gonna have 2 cameras, one on the board and one on me. And I'm just gonna mesh them together and overlay them on things. Mm-hmm. It's just finding the music. Well, see, that's the thing. A lot of the videos I post that has music in the background, anyways. It's music I make myself. Mm-hmm. I've got guitars, I've got a piano, I've got drums. I just need to find a better way to record it, that's where this came into play. Hello. Oh I can make ASMR videos out of this.
Please don't.
You know what's going to be? It's just going to be this.
I don't hear anything. No one can hear that. No, I heard that.
Come on, that'd be a good ASMR thing.
No.
The beard rubs.
No, you got to do the... God, I can't do ASMR. I can't do it. I literally actually, like, if I hear it, I actually get, like, angry. I'm just like, stop.
I actually get angry. This is like, stupid. Punch a computer screen.
I get so upset. Like I sit there with, like, this look on me, like I just want it to end. And I don't know why. I'll even, like...
Why isn't this over yet?
Yeah, I'm just like, because you see them on lives and stuff all the time, and it's just like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. It actually...
It's relaxed. I can see it. You know what? I felt myself getting into, and it was actually really weird. I don't know why. When I first started going on TikTok, right? And this is before I was a creator on TikTok. I was just kind of like a peruser, going through it. There was a guy who did the hand groove motion thing. You ever see that?
No.
They literally he just does like hand motion, like I don't know how he does. He does like weird little hand things, right? And it's all dark, but he's wearing these gloves with lights on his fingers. So with the delay of the exposure, it does like these cool little, looks like little shooting stars everywhere.
Oh, he's doing it now with your hands.
He's moving, yeah. When he's doing stuff like this and like I don't know, I was just mesmerized by it. I don't know why. I just am like, this is so stupid. And like an hour later, I'm like, why am I still fucking watching this? I can't believe
that's
my life. I started following people and I started like looking out for videos like that. So, I don't know. I like it. It's interesting because I've sat there, I've tried doing stuff like that myself, like the way they do, and it's hard. Like the dexterity you need in your fingers to do that shit is not easy. So I have a little bit of respect for people who can do that.
My crippled fingers can't do anything like that. My carpal tunnel in each hand. Well, yeah, you're just a deformity, you know. Mine's actually crippled. Years of typing and working on with keyboards. That's what
I
that
still
year is.
I still get people like on my Instagram and TikTok videos, and like I'll do this crazy cool reaction to something, or this really cool thing happened in this video, and everyone's just like, "What the fuck happened to your finger?" Like this cool like chocolate cake, cheesecake on top of an ice cream cake put inside of a meatloaf fucking dinner that doesn't make any sense. I'm just like, oh my god, this is amazing. Everyone's like, what the fuck is wrong with your fingers? Like, you're not gonna comment on the fact that that food looks fucked
Uh,
up. Just
you're the Megan Fox of TikTok.
okay, she's got club thumb. I don't have that. I got big thumbs. Okay, I'm good there.
You're the Megan Fox of TikTok, man.
Got the little half her thumb, right? The little half her thumb.
Holy crap!
I think it's
Oh,
adorable. I don't. I don't care.
her thumbs or your fingers?
Her thumbs are adorable.
Oh my, are they?
Little tiny stub thumbs, right? They're club. It's called club thumb, right?
That woman confuses the shit out of me. So
She's fucking
her,
weird. She's fucking weird. I'm sorry. She's weird. She goes from dating Brian Austin Green from fucking 90210 to getting engaged to Machine Gun Kelly.
yeah, but did you hear what they did?
Who?
Machine Gun, like when they got engaged.
No.
Didn't they do like a blood oath and everything? They did a blood oath.
Really?
Yeah.
How's about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?
I was like, when I read that, I was like, what is wrong with these two? Like,
You know what? Crazy compliments crazy. Maybe they're meant to be for each other, right?
did you see the clips of the NBA All Star game with
No.
him like airballing and thinking he was like the best player on the court, and he just
And
missed every shot?
I heard he said something about how he's gonna be like a massive playable character in the new WWE game too, or something like that. Like
Why?
he can't
Well,
wait.
WWE has no roster anymore, so that's probably why.
Because AEW stealing it all. Vince McMahon's dumb as shit. I'm sorry. Vince McMahon's running that company. Like he knows he's old, and he knows he's probably gonna die sooner than later because he's getting older. And he just like, fuck it. If I'm not gonna be alive to run this company, it's gonna be gone. I'm gonna run it to the ground. Nobody gets it.
Well, he got
Doesn't make any sense.
well, he even outs like Triple H now.
He what?
Outs Triple H.
Yeah, I know. Why would you
Son-in-law.
want to do that? Well, he outed fucking Shane too, right? Like Shane. That's the thing. A lot
No,
of people
Shane
don't
was in
realize.
the last pay per view.
Yeah, but Shane left WWE for like 11 years because he knew that Vince wasn't going to leave it to him, and
No,
he
but
did all that
also
work.
he
He did
also
all that
got
work.
he also was fucked up though. His back and everything. That's why. So
Yeah,
I don't watch WWE anymore. I haven't watched in years. But I actually watched the Royal Rumble that was on, and I saw Shane came out, and I was like, what the?
he's like
I was like,
54 now,
yeah, I was
53 or
like, what
something.
the
Yeah.
fuck?
But
I'm
the thing
like,
is, Shane left and opened his own enterprise in Korea or
oh, I
Japan
didn't
or
know
something
that.
like that. So because he found out that Vince wasn't going to cut him part of the deal. This is what I read. I don't know if it's entirely true, but he found out that he wasn't going to be part of the end game for WWE. He wasn't going to be, like the next one taking it over. That Vince was intending to leave it to Stephanie and Paul Levesque, or Triple H's real name. So Shane said, "Fuck it, I'm out then. If you're not going to leave me any
Isn't his
part,
name
because
Hunter?
no, his real name's Paul Levesque.
I thought it was Hunter.
No, Paul,
Are you sure?
100%.
Triple H. His name's Hunter.
That's his ring name, Hunter Hurst Helmsley. That's why it's called Triple H. His real name is Paul Levesque or Paul Levesque or something like that.
Are you sure?
Google it.
I'm googling, but go
Google
ahead. Continue your story.
So I guess Vince was selling off. That was weird, Spike. He was selling off their shares of Shane and Stephanie shares, so they weren't going to get a controlling stake in the company once it was done. So Shane said, "Fuck, I'm going to go make my own thing." So he went to, I think it was Korea or Japan, open up a couple businesses out there, and he's making hundreds of millions of dollars a year on these businesses, which he's still in control of now. He's got a New York headquarters, and he runs them from New York. But then after a while, I guess Vince and him rekindled whatever it was, and they brought him back, and he kind of pops in here and there in WWE. But he still runs those business.
Yeah, good for him. I actually like Shane out of all of them.
I
Stephanie's
love Shane.
always
I thought,
annoying.
you know what, like, 'cause you got to think Shane is like, the $1 million baby of that family, right? And he has no business taking the bumps that he does, but he takes the bumps. Like, he's been thrown off screen like the big Titantron before.
I
He's
know.
been power bombed through tables, thrown off cages.
I got to see him live. I once again I don't watch WWE and I didn't watch it this time, but I was So I had to go see him live. I go see them live, like a live pay-per-view. We drove to Ohio, Cincinnati,
Ohio.
Ohio, I think it was. Anyways, we drove
Cleveland,
there for
Ohio.
Money in the
Cleveland,
Bank.
Ohio.
No, it was Cincinnati.
Cleveland, Ohio. Ohio's in Cleveland. Or Cleveland is in Ohio.
Yeah, so it was Cincinnati.
You said you went. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Okay, go. Continue.
But we saw Money in the Bank, and Shane was there, and that guy gives it. Holy crap!
He does.
Yeah,
He doesn't mind. Like you said, he doesn't mind getting bumped around for
yeah.
a prince of the company. He doesn't mind it. I like it. I
By the way,
appreciate it.
his name, Triple H name was Hunter something, but that was, you're right, his ring name. He had like 19 different ring names.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't until he became Hunter Hearst Helmsley that he started getting popular, and he didn't change it to Triple H until he became part of DX with Shawn Michaels. That's when he became Triple
Apparently,
H.
it was Hunter Hearst
Helmsley.
Helmsley.
That's what I told you.
But then he went by
Hunter
his
Hearst
real,
Helmsley.
yeah, and then he went
His
by
real
his real
name,
name.
Paul Levesque.
John Paul Levesque.
Yeah.
And then he went by Rising.
Oh my God, that's a horrible name.
Terrorizing, and then Triple H.
I remember when he came out as Hunter Hearst Helmsley. He was like all regal, and he had like this big cape, and he would like bow to people in the ring and stuff like that. He would like have like a sash over his arm when he'd come out all regal and stuff like that. His name is Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Oh my God! Oh yeah, I see pictures of that now. It's so
Yeah,
weird.
it was back then. The gimmicks could be whatever they were, right? It wasn't a terrible idea. There are no gimmicks now. They're just stupid. The only thing Vince is hiring now for wrestlers is those massive bodybuilder people, and that's it. And again, like usual, WWE is so cookie cutter right now. It's either Seth Rollins is a champion, or Roman Reigns is a champion, or Brock Lesnar is a champion, and just flip flops between the three of those. For fun,
yeah, they got to
once
stop.
every 5 years, they'll throw somebody right in the middle. It's like the Miz will get it, and then with the Miz won the title, and he lost it the very next day.
They got to stop bringing in these guys and just giving them the title for no reason. That's why I stopped watching.
Yeah, stop giving it to Brock Lesnar.
I stopped watching. Well, way back in high school when there was that storyline of Triple H, Ric Flair, Randy Orton, Batista. Evolution, yeah, and it was always versus like Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden they just like, oh, we have no storyline anymore, and they just recycled that same storyline from the beginning, and I was just like, this is bad.
I lost it when they took out the hardcore stuff.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm a big ECW guy, right? Like I loved ECW, I love the hardcore stuff, but I didn't always need to see the hardcore matches or the TLC matches, the I Quit matches or stuff like that. But they were very exciting to see when they did come out, especially the TLC matches. So once they stopped doing that, I'm just kind of like, all right, well, I've lost all of it. And then as soon as Brock Lesnar came in, and like they will only ever give the title to him, I'm done.
I lost respect for Brock Lesnar right away because he was on SmackDown and I watched Raw. But also I was supposed to meet Brock Lesnar and he canceled last minute, said he was in a boating accident, but then the next day he was on SmackDown. And I was like, so you just didn't want to come to the event? Cool.
So he's Canadian. He lives in Saskatchewan. And he's been fined by the Canadian government of game and food or hunting and game, because whatever you kill when you hunt, you have to consume at least like 70 or 80% of the body.
You're allowed to.
Yeah, he lives in Canada. He lives in Saskatchewan. He's American. He's born American, but he's got Canadian citizenship too. And he lives in Saskatchewan with Sable.
So weird.
So he's been, so if you hunt, you can't hunt for game. You have to hunt for sustenance in Canada, right? You can't just shoot to kill for fun and mount a head on your wall. You have to only kill whatever you eat, whatever you're going to kill. And they've caught him in hunting grounds. I think it was like 3 or 4 times that he would kill animals and just leave them and then go somewhere else. So he's been fined. And I think he even had a weapon ban on him for a small period of time from the Canadian government, because they said, if you're not going to abide by the hunting game rules and actually eat your kill, we're going to take your weapons away from you too. So you can't do it. That's when I lost respect for him.
He's a weird dude. So yeah, he does live in Saskatchewan. He lives in resides on a farm in Merrifield, Saskatchewan.
You see the videos of his son? Twice the size of Brock.
Oh, so they're pumping him through a juice.
Oh,
Full of juice as well.
he's going right straight to WWE.
Have you seen how like his body right now? Because he stopped. I'm guessing, assuming taking roids.
Who, Brock?
Yeah, he's definitely not.
He's still pretty big, but he's not as like
Not as much as
bulky
before.
big as he used to be. Yeah. Well,
My
I think he's like what 46, 47 now.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite was always was not my favorite, but like I Goldberg was entertaining to me. But
I like Goldberg too, and a lot of people knock me for liking Goldberg because like, oh, he was because he was known for being overly aggressive in the ring.
mm-hmm.
Like, you know what receipts are? Do you know what receipts are in wrestling? If you bump
Yeah,
somebody too hard, they bump you back, right?
yeah.
I guess he got a lot of receipts given to him because he would overdo the hit and overdo the stiff arm or something like that, and he would get a lot of receipts. But the thing with him is he could take it, so he didn't mind bumping you a little bit extra harder because he could take the hit a lot harder too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like Goldberg though. I had no problem with Goldberg.
I saw when he returned to WWE. There, I think that was the event in Toronto. Once
I think it
again,
was,
a
yeah, yeah.
friend wanted to go see it, so we went. That was so disappointing since the match lasted 2 minutes. He came out, speared him, and left. I forget who he speared.
Probably Brock. I think it was Brock.
Was it Brock Lesnar? I
Yeah,
can't
because
remember.
that was the first kind of rivalry he had in WWE was against Brock Lesnar.
It was supposed to be a full match. It was the return of Goldberg.
I remember that. I remember the whole build up for it. Yeah,
He came in. The match lasted 2 minutes, and then it was just done. I was just like, really? Like, and I always hated.
so I don't like it when big name wrestlers try to come back to wrestling like that. Like every time the Rocks came back, it's always been like off the rope, one bump, off the rope, rock bottom, people's elbow, end of game. Like
that's why. Well, their main events. That's what another thing I stopped watching because their main events for like pay-per-views were always BS. They would say, "Oh, this is the main event," hype you up like for this massive thing, and then most of them were just a continuation. So you saw something like that where he speared the guy and left the ring, and then you see like they open the storyline of, "Oh, this is the villains now," and all this stuff. Like,
it's the predictability of WWE that really started making me hate it. Because it's like you said, like you know the match is going to be shit in every main event and stuff like that. And like I remember I'd be watching Raw or SmackDown, and they're like, "Oh, this is a title fight for this." And like, there's no fucking way in hell you're going to see a title get changed over on a regular show. They don't do that. And back in the Attitude Era, they did. You would see a tag team title or an internet title or even intercontinental, or even the heavyweight title would get changed over on a Raw or a whatever event, right? And they don't do that at all now. So I could go in there and they'd be hyping up this whole match like Sheamus versus Bobby Lashley for the heavyweight title. I'm like, I can just change the channel. I know the champ's going to still be the champ at the end of that show. They will not change that over. And sure as shit, they do not change it over. But back in the Attitude Era, they would. They would throw that curveball. It wouldn't do it all the time, but they would do it. So it would make people want to come back to watch and see if that shit would happen.
But they did that in the Attitude Era because they were competing with WWE. But WCW, sorry,
and ECW,
which WCW was superior at the time. The only thing that WWE had was Generation X.
Yeah,
at that time it was
with the mix of DX, the mix of DX. The Rock kind of starting to come up there and Stone Cold, that was what put him over the edge. Yeah. But WCW at the time, they had
they had actually writing staff that actually made
Bischoff
sense and did things.
Bischoff
was WCW.
That's what I'm saying. That's why WCW is so much better.
Oh no, I know, but I'm saying like WWE, WWF, whatever you want to call it, they won that because they had actually good writers and they actually went
Vince
and
Russo
did shit.
Vince Russo was a writer in WWE for a long time, and they fucking canned him.
JR too.
Yeah, for sure. JR was great at it.
They just dumped him, right? Isn't he on AEW now?
He's on AEW now. Yep. But, everybody. If anybody gets canned from WWE within a month later, they're on AEW. Matt Hardy's on AEW right now, and Jeff Hardy's contract is finished, I think, at the end of next month. Even though because he's under contract under WWE, but he hasn't wrestled in like 3 or 4 months or some shit like that. So he's just waiting for his contract to expire, and they said there's a 110% chance he's going to pop up on AEW now because Matt's already there.
Yeah.
So it only makes sense to bring. Those guys are almost 50 years old,
I know,
still
Matt
in the
Hardy's on
ring.
TikTok. I watch it. I
They're,
see his videos all the
they're
time.
crazy. That's the fact that they still do that shit. And like those, if there's any two wrestlers I can think of that have taken more bumps and more tables and more ladders than anybody, it's those two, and they're still going at it. Like, and with all the drug addiction that Jeff's been through and the alcohol addiction that Matt's been through, you think their bodies would literally be like, all right, fuck it, we're out by now. No, no, they're still healthy. They're built guys and they're still out there doing it. Like, good for them. That's insane.
Well, man, that was like Mankind, or what
Oh,
was
he's
it?
just
He was good
okay. Mick
for.
Foley.
He was
Mick
good.
Foley's nuts.
Mick Foley was so good back in the day, but his career ended way too soon.
Well, did you
He
see
was
how
in there
many
for a
bumps
while,
that guy took? You
but
throw
I
off the
know,
top of a Hell in a Cell.
I know. Yeah, look at Undertaker though.
50 years old when he finally, what, 52 when he finally retired or something like that?
I think he was older than that.
Might have been 55, yeah.
Yeah, but
Taker was
insane.
the man. I love Taker.
That was one of the best matches when he threw him through the steel cage.
Oh, and that's how it started. That's how it started.
I don't think that was supposed to happen.
No. So it's funny because I remember seeing this one interview on that, and like they're talking to Mankind or Mick Foley about it and said, well, how'd that all happen? And he's like, the match started with me on the top of the cage, and then Taker came up and we're fighting back and forth, and the plan was for him to go through the middle of the cage. Like that, how it happened right near at the end of the match where he gets chokeslammed, goes through, right? And he goes, well, I wanted to give them something better to start it out because like the crowd was going crazy, everything was going crazy. And he's like, I was just there. And he goes, I looked over at him and I said, throw me off the cage. And he goes, Undertaker goes, I am not fucking doing that. He goes, I'm going to jump if you don't throw me. So you better sell it or you're going to look like an idiot. He's like, are you fucking kidding? And he knew Mick Foley at the time, right? If Mick Foley says I'm jumping off a cage, it means he's jumping off the cage. You know, there's no convincing him otherwise.
That's when it was like actually real though, and they like even when they did I don't know if that was that match particular, but remember they did the thumbtacks?
Yeah.
And he was just had thumbtacks like embedded into him because
that
were
was
real
the same
thumbtacks.
match.
Was it
that was the same match? They did it in the ring, and then they went back up to the top, and that was when he got choke slammed through, went through the cage onto the mat of thumbtacks, and then the chair came by and clunked him in the face, knocked out 2 of his teeth. Like Mick Foley went through everything, and even another thing I was reading on too when they did the I Quit match between him and The Rock. It was supposed to end with him getting a chair shot to the head, falling to the ground, pretend like he got knocked out, and The Rock got the microphone and put it to his face, and because it had the pre-recording of Mankind saying I quit, and that's how it was supposed to end, right? Well, I guess Mankind had a different way of doing it. He was like, yeah, we'll do the chair shot. And it was supposed, the way it happened where he got handcuffed behind his back so he couldn't block it was supposed to happen. Get the handcuff, get cracked in the head, go to the ground, and that was it. So when The Rock hit him, I think they're saying if you watch the video, he hits him and he kind of turned around thinking because that's it, it's going to be over. And he turned around and he looked back at him, and Mick Foley was standing up already. And he knew right then and there, he's like, fuck, this isn't going to go the way it's supposed to go. And he just kept standing back up and walking and standing back up and walking. The Rock, you're in a live pay-per-view, right? Mm-hmm. You can't just, like put the thing down and talk and say, hey, okay, you're supposed to go down now. No, he knew he had to sell it, right? Yeah. So he just kept hitting him in the head until he would go down. And after, I think they said it was 16 chair shots to the head. And like in wrestling, you put your arm up to get the shot, right? So every wrestler you see when they get a chair shot, some of them take it right off the head, but a lot of them will look over in the last minute, they'll put the hand so it hits the arm and it doesn't drag. He took 16 directly to the head, to the back of the head, to his ear and everything. Dude, and I remember watching the interview afterwards, and he's sitting in like on this bathroom sink, and they're like cutting his mask off because they couldn't pull it off because his whole forehead and his face was just mangled up. And The Rock's like in front of him, and he's on his knees, and he's holding Mankind's hand. He's like, why are you doing this? Why did you make me do this? Like, are you okay? I didn't want to do this. And Mick Foley's just laughing at him. He's just got a smile. They're washing the blood off his face, and they're stitching him up. And he's just talking to Rock like nothing's going on. He's like, that was a really good match. We had a lot of fun. He's like, why did you do that? Why couldn't you just stay down? Right? Like, that was Mick Foley for you, right?
That's crazy. It's just not like that anymore.
No, and that's the thing. You don't get epic things like that anymore. It's so predictable all the time.
Even like UFC, stuff like that, it's not the same anymore. I still watch the UFC, but
I kind of try to pay attention to UFC, but I'm never really that much into UFC.
There's some good matches, but it's one of those things that gets turned into like those big hype matches that you think are going to be great, always are crap ones. So you have to sit there and wait for the good surprise, or you're going to sit there and wait, for disappointment a lot of the
There's
time.
no big game changer for me anymore, right? Like they had their moment. Like McGregor had his moments. Ronda Rousey had her moments. Uh, Amanda Nunes was amazing to watch. I loved watching Amanda Nunes fight because she would just. I think she should have been in the men's category. I really do. She fucked people up good. And then like once people like Anderson Silva retired, like
Nunez, she's still there.
she's still there, but she just lost one of her titles.
Mm-hmm.
So
I watched it.
it's just like I want when she beat up Chris Cyborg, made my day. I fucking hated Cyborg. I've never liked her as a fighter. I don't know. She seemed gritty and too cheap shotty for me. I wanted Nunez to dummy her, and she fucking beat the crap out of her. It was amazing. But there's no Conor McGregor for me. Like, and don't get me wrong, it's not that I liked Conor McGregor that much. It's just the fact that he was dynamic, right? And he was prolific, and he knew how to get the crowd going. And he knew how to do the press conferences to get people excited for his fights. And his fights will always be exciting. I've never seen a boring Conor McGregor fight. As a person, I think he's a bit of a cocky dickhead.
If you want to watch a good fighter, watch Tay, the
who?
Australian heavyweight. His name's
I don't know who he is.
Teo.
I don't know. The last heavyweight fight I was watching was Miocic, right? Is that his name?
I don't.
He just lost to Francis Nuaga, I think it is. Nuaga's a beast.
Well, he just beat that last fight was disappointing, but he just beat the other guy, his old sparring partner. I forget his name, but they're almost similar sounding. The names.
I don't know.
That's who he just recently beat. It was like 2 months ago. But Francis is a great fighter. He's got such raw power, but he tried to wrestle in this match. And I can tell you it didn't work out. It worked out. He won, but like you could see how inexperienced he was with the wrestling.
I liked watching like Masvidal. I always say his name wrong. Jorge Masvidal. I liked watching him fight, but like his last couple fights, he got dummied pretty bad. I never liked watching Khabib fight though. I don't care anybody say. You burn me to the stake. Great fighter, don't get me wrong, undefeated in his whole career, but like, did you watch a lot of his fights?
I skipped a lot of the UFC. I skipped over the McGregor era because I just didn't like McGregor and I didn't think there was any value of me.
See, and that's a problem. I didn't like him either, but fuck me, when you watch him fight, they're good fights. He beat the crap out of Donald Cerrone. I loved it when he took out Aldo because Aldo was a cocky little shit, and he dummied him within like maybe a minute in the round. In the first round, he knocked him out pretty. He ate a shot getting it, but he knocked him out cold. It was great.
If you're in Dana's circle, you get special privileges. So.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, if you're a friend of Dana White, you're gonna get some special stuff.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah. We should talk about the up-and-coming movies that we're looking forward to. One of them I already have pre-tickets for because I bought tickets like 2 weeks ago because I needed to.
The Batman.
The Batman. I didn't get opening night. It was like a Wednesday preview or something like that.
I don't care either way. I just want to see it.
I'm going to Saturday. Nice and early in the morning.
Matt Reeves doing it still, right?
Yeah.
Director.
Yeah, Matt Reeves is directing it. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
She's brain fart for a second. But yeah, Matt Reeves directed it.
Apparently, it's over a 3-hour long movie, right?
I think they trimmed it down to 3 hours. It was
trimmed it down to 3 hours. That's like that's Watchmen level shit right there.
The first time it was previewed at great. They said it was more like a horror experience, like a horror movie.
That's what I heard. Yeah, it was more like a horror movie.
It was over 4 hours that people sat through for the first preview.
I'd sit through that. I have no problem.
I'd sit through it unless it's Justice League and it's also Zack Snyder. But never watch it. By the way, off topic, but Zack Snyder, they're trying to vote fan favorite of Army of the Dead. Did you watch
that movie?
Dead? Yeah.
Horrible.
It was shit.
It was so bad.
So many
It
people are
was
defending him.
so
Oh,
bad.
director of the year has to go to Zack Snyder for
What movie
his
that was
cut.
80% CGI? He didn't have to do anything. He
But that's
just
all
put
his
everybody in front of
movies.
a
Him and
green
Michael
screen.
Bay do the same thing.
Horrible.
It's just a circle jerk of them using CGI
Yeah.
for any movie they make. Anyways,
But
I
the
couldn't
big
believe it.
movie companies that do the votings for movies of the year and shit like that have financial stakes in CGI companies. That's why the movie industry hates people like Christopher Nolan, because every one of his movies costs so much money because it's all practical shit. If you see a plane blowing up in his movie, he actually blew up a fucking plane. He didn't CGI that shit. He may CGI the background, but he blew up the actual plane that you put in front of the fake building or
He'll
something.
CGI when he has to CGI, but if
Yeah.
he can use like actual real scenes, he uses
Yeah.
real scenes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even like tumbling scenes in Inception. Like he actually had
Oh, the tunnel with
whole
the
tunnel and that was actually
so cool.
moving.
Did you see the behind the scenes thing with that?
Yeah. With
Awesome.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and
They had to learn how to
that.
walk inside of it and to jump. And so it was so cool. I absolutely loved it.
Which is great. Zack Snyder's trying to get like fan favorite vote on that Oscar. Try to win
So
because they have a fan favorite Oscar. And
Did
they
he get nominated for an
Yeah,
Oscar
they
for that?
nominated him for it.
Like an actual
Army of
Academy
Dead.
Award?
Yeah.
He didn't get nominated for an actual Academy Award, did he?
Well, technically, it's a fan favorite Oscar
I gotta check this out now.
for Army of the Dead, and people are like, "Oh, it's the best movie of last year." I'm like, "What? Did we watch the
Stupidest
same
movie of last year.
damn movie? Because that movie was shit." But anyways, the Batman. Anything after Zack Snyder's Batman? Cause he did that Bat flick, right? Was that him that did Bat flick?
No. Reeves did it.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure. The Batman versus Superman?
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, that was it? That was Snyder?
Yeah, because he never had an independent movie, right?
Yeah, he did Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice, and then he did the Justice League.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben Affleck never had his own independent Batman
Yeah.
movie. He was always like the combo.
They were going to, but then they pulled out because it was so ridiculed. Because Batflick was terrible. Anyways, this new one. So Matt Reeves, apparently they modeled the Batman off of Kurt Cobain. Yeah, he wanted him to be in like a headspace of Kurt Cobain. So depressed, like kind of that like.
Well, see, that's what
rundown,
kind of Batman
grungy.
is like, though. Because, like,
Well,
that's
you gotta
what the thing
think.
that pisses me off about the Christian Bale Batman. They made him this, like, I can't be Batman anymore because Rachel Dawes is dead. No, Batman wouldn't be like that.
I think Christian Bale's Batman, though, at least showed a side of depression, especially when he was injured and he was hobbling around and things like that. Where other Batmans, you don't see that. Like, he's not really depressed. He's just dark because his family's been murdered.
But that's the way Batman is in the comics. If you ever read the Batman comics, like, every Robin that's ever been a Robin, or even, like, Wonder Woman's or Superman's that know Bruce Wayne, the first thing they say, he is a dick. He is a conceited, self-righteous, pompous dick. He'll do anything he can in his pursuit of vengeance, not justice, vengeance. Anybody who's ever done anything bad, he immediately associated with the fact that his parents were killed by somebody like them. So he'll break that guy's neck, not kill him, but he'll break his neck and make him a quadriplegic for the rest of his life, just because he's mad at the fact that his parents were killed. And he's looking to get back at everybody to do that. And he doesn't mind sacrificing everybody he knows to get to that goal.
I think to an extent, right? Like, that's not to an extent, but yeah.
But they never show that in any of the Batman movies. That's what pisses me off.
No, and I think that's why they're like, I'm excited for this one just because I'm a Robert Pattinson fan. I know people always associate him to Twilight, but he's definitely more of an actor than Twilight.
Oh my god, he's so much more.
Good Times, great movie. I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
No,
Safdie Brothers.
Water for Elephants was a great movie too.
That one I've never seen. I've never seen Lighthouse just because I didn't seek interest in the subject matter.
Yeah, me either. I heard it was really good though. I heard it's really good. You ever watch that Cosmopolitan movie or Cosmopolis or I think it's a David Cronenberg movie.
Oh, probably.
Where he's like that very rich guy that's in the limo going through the city. And it's all tabloid. So it's like they speak in verse. They don't speak in a script. Yeah. They always speak in like questions and verses of each other and stuff like that. So great movie. Absolutely great movie.
I actually really started to like Robert Pattinson. This is during his Twilight time was when he did Remember Me. It's a chick flick. It's a raw. It's definitely a chick flick. It's a
Yeah.
dramatic piece, but it's like the twist at the end, and he just played the character very well. I actually really enjoyed that one. But I don't know. I like Robert Pattinson is a fantastic actor, and like even
Yes.
watching like Good Times, just completely like was like this guy is like just he's
I
such a killer actor.
I haven't seen it yet, but I heard he turned a lot of heads in Tenant. When he did Tenant, I heard he did a really, really good job on that movie.
The reason why I haven't watched that movie is only because I've heard such shit reviews on it. Because
I've heard
Christopher Nolan did apparently, and not in a good way. So,
I heard that what's his name? Michael Washington,
oh yeah,
Denzel's
yeah,
son.
yeah.
I hear him and Robert Pattinson were the two best parts of that movie. They said that the story was very confusing to follow because again, like you said, Christopher Nolan did, right?
Yeah.
He put the end in the middle, the beginning, the beginning at the end, in the middle, and you have to watch it 5 times to understand which way he did it.
Yeah.
Which that's a Nolan movie, sure, whatever. But the acting for them two, I guess, was beyond perfect. They said. What do you want?
I'll give it a watch. One or
I will eventually. Yeah.
but
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch it just because. Like I was a Christopher Nolan fan up to Batman pretty much. But no, I liked Inception, Batman,
Inception was
even
good.
Interstellar.
Never seen Interstellar.
Interstellar was fantastic. It was really
Never interests me.
It was long, but it was good.
I'm not a massive Matthew McConaughey fan, so like I loved him in Dallas Buyers Club, sure, but like, and in True Detective, great series. But other than that, I've never really been an overly big Matthew
Dazed and
McConaughey fan.
Confused.
Not my jam. I know. I'm gonna get a lot of heat for that. A lot, man. What the fact that you have to ask what's wrong with me means there's something wrong with you, bro.
I guess.
So. Yeah, like this Batman's supposed to be like year 2 or 3 of him as Batman, right? So he's still kind of like young to the superhero thing, and that's why his suit's not like this crazy like anatomically robotic kind of cool Batman tech suit. It's just like a leather protective suit. His car is not a Batmobile. It's like a souped up Mustang or Dodge Charger or something like that. Like it's he's still learning to be who he is.
Well, and it's supposed to be like him being like super depressed, super like
angry. He's still mad that his parents are dead.
I don't know if I would explain it anger from what I was reading. It was more or less like he's in a bad headspace.
And he's taking out everybody else.
And this is even like that. I think he's just going through the emotions of even like doing what he's doing just to do it kind of. I don't know. I gotta watch the movie obviously, but I think the key elements of this film is I hear a lot of the villains they have so many villains in it, but they're not actually in it.
Confirmed, right? 3 confirmed.
Well,
Catwoman,
I hear they really
Riddler.
opened it for like Penguin for a whole film.
What I hear is Colin Farrell's Penguin in this one isn't Penguin. He's Mayor Oswald Cobblepot, and he's only in it for like 15 or 16 minutes. And then I guess in the second, because they're playing a trilogy out of this, the second movie, his screen time is going to triple. So he's going to get like an hour of screen time, and then he's becoming more of like the underlining fact of what's causing Batman all his grief. That Batman's going to realize it's him all along that's pulling a lot of these strings. And then come the third movie, the Penguin's going to be the cornerstone of his end game, right?
I really wish they would just meld this into an Arkham situation.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Get a proper Dr. Hugo Strange, right? That'd be amazing.
Get a whole Arkham series out of this, and kind of meld it. Even like, I know I've mentioned this to you before, but like having even like that Joker for Joaquin Phoenix show up and just not play, not to be a character in the movie, but if they did something with Arkham, to have him in there, because
just walk by his cell, then you look over and you see him kind of like looking out the window or something.
Yeah, because like last you saw him, he was in Arkham.
He was escaping Arkham, or trying to at least, right? Yeah.
Yeah, well, no one knows, right? Because he was walking with blood on his feet. No one knows what's going on with that. So
yeah.
And then they're supposed to be making a second one of that. So who knows where that leads?
I kind of don't want them to. It finished so well. I like the way it ended. I like that the fact that it ended on a mystery. So I don't want him to finish it.
It blew my mind that Todd Phillips did that still, but
yeah, I know.
But like looking at like images from like for instance like Funko Pops that got released already for Batman.
Mm-hmm.
There was the one he had like a whole bomb suit on. So like it was open, the suit was open and it has like bombs all strapped to him.
Weird.
Yeah, so it was really weird, but I was just like, I wonder what this is. Like I'm excited to see it because I'm a Batman person, and also
Yeah,
just
I'm excited for Paul Dano more than anything because I've loved Paul Dano as an actor for a long
you love
time.
his
He's got
costume.
his, we already talked about this off air.
You
You
love,
know how I feel.
yeah, you love his costume. I
I
heard.
fucking hate his costume. I could take a pile of shit in the toilet that looks better than that fucking costume.
I don't think it looks
Seriously.
bad. I think it's. I
I
think
don't think it
this
looks
is.
bad, but it's not Riddler though. That's not what
But
the Riddler would wear.
I think this is early stages
I
Riddler.
can understand that, but I still don't see in any early stage, comic or non-comic related, that the Riddler would be wearing a leather bondage face mask.
No, but
Never.
I think because he's trying to hide his identity in this.
But he never would though. Riddler never would.
But I think this is like the beginnings of Riddler. Because also, even when you're like you listen to him speak, he knows who Batman is. He calls him Bruce Wayne in the preview.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
clearly he knows who Bruce Wayne is. I think this is going to be a big storyline of like who Riddler is to Bruce Wayne, all this kind of stuff, with a mixture of Catwoman, Penguin, all this kind of other
Yeah.
characters added into it. I'm excited to see where it goes. I get to see it
I
on
am
Saturday.
too. I'm not expecting this movie to be bad in any way. I'm just getting nitpicky when it comes to costume design and stuff like. And I love the fact that Catwoman's costume isn't a Catwoman costume. It's literally a ski mask that she cut on her face. But she doesn't know who she is yet either. She knows she's a criminal and she wants to do whatever she needs to do. And then Batman's gonna kind of like they're gonna have this new kind of partnership that they're gonna start working on. But like even she is still primitive into what she does. I
I
like
think it was
that.
good casting. Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz, amazing.
I think the whole
Amazing.
movie had great. Actually, the Colin Farrell. I don't like Colin Farrell per
I
se,
love
but I
Colin
think
Farrell.
he has really good roles sometimes.
He always picks good roles. He really does.
When he
And
was
it's
in,
for me. What?
okay. I was gonna say
No,
when he wa-
I think we're gonna say the same movie.
I was gonna say when. Well, I was gonna say when he was in his heyday, he made shitty movies, like Phone Booth.
Nah, see, that was my favorite movie of his. Not my favorite movies, but I think he did that part well. I really do. I think he was good at that.
I don't know. I think in his heyday, I think he just. I don't know. He was typecast, and I don't think it was done really well. But then when you see him do different roles, like even roles in like Horrible Bosses and stuff like that, like he was hilarious in Horrible Bosses.
He's funny, yeah. He definitely, yeah.
He's very versatile. It's just I think he got typecast when he was at the height of his career.
Because he always did like cop or military stuff, right? Like when he was in Minority Report or The Recruit and stuff like that, he was always like the soldier or the cop because he's got that stern dickhead look to his face, right? And
Yep.
you never really would expect a guy like him to actually be funny
Yeah.
or dramatic in certain specs, right? So like when he finally gets a breakout, a little like don't get me wrong, he's playing a comic book character in this, but these comic book movies are far beyond comic book movies now. Like it's more of like a legitimate storytelling than about a crime whatever and a cop whatever, but it's not crime or cop. It's sci-fi fantasy, but they've found a way to bridge that gap between comic book and being whimsical and dramatic being theatrical. And they've met it, right? So now if you get cast in a comic book, and you know what it was that did it was 100% The Dark Knight. Like you could see that the trend was going that way for these roles of comic book movies to start being more accepted as legitimate roles, other than the fact that you're just going to take this comic role to make the big bank off of it. When Heath Ledger won the Academy Award for The Joker, that put it right there.
See,
right? And then
I know a lot of people hate DC movies. Well, I hated the whole Zack Snyder era, but I know a lot of people hate on DC because it's not as good as Marvel. But I think they're better than Marvel in a cinematic way of looking at it.
If DC has the dark version of comic book movies to a T. Yeah. Like the Joker movie, amazing. Wonder Woman 1, amazing.
They just need to leave them at rated R though. I know the Batman. They actually tried to push the Batman to a rated R.
Yeah.
But it came down to there wasn't swearing in the movie. So that's why. So when they got
everything else is in there, but no swearing. So they couldn't give it R-rated.
It has tons of violence, everything. It says not the problem, but the thing is that I didn't get the R rating because there was no.
It didn't
swearing.
have to have enough graphic language.
They didn't have enough swearing in the movie to make it rated R. So they need to
That's
drop
weird.
a couple more fuck bombs. Is basically what they had. Had to
I
drop
guess.
in there to get that rating for rated R.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it though.
I am too. Like I said, I know it's going to be good. I'm just being nitpicky at this point as a movie critic. So,
I'm nitpicky. Look, I got
and a fan, you know.
I watch Scream. Like I'm very nitpicky.
Yeah.
I watched the new one. I love the new. I didn't love the new one. I liked the new one, but it's not the original.
Long
But
as it was better than the one before it. That fourth one was just.
I liked the fourth one.
Are you kidding?
That was the last
Oh.
Wes Craven film too.
I'm not gonna have the fact that it was Wes Craven's last one make me like it any more or less. I mean, I like Wes Craven. That's fine. But the movie was shit. The movie was dumb. I'm sorry.
This new one was very predictable.
Yeah.
That's what you expect from like someone that came off the
Who
shelf
directed
and-
it? Who directed this one?
I forget who directed it.
Nobody good though. Like it wasn't notable.
I think they were decently notable, but the problem with the Scream franchise is most of the people that make Scream movies, like the original guy that wrote Scream, he did Dawson's Creek. So
I don't ever want to wait.
yeah, he created
For
Dawson's Creek.
face to kill me.
Like he created Dawson's Creek. So like you can't really go by that. It was directed by Radio Silence. It was a duo. I'm terrible with pronouncing names. Matt Bettinelli Oplin and Tyler Gillette. And it was written by James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick. James Vanderbilt wrote things like The Amazing Spider-Man.
Why would they do a Scream movie?
Anything horror? Zodiac?
That wasn't really a horror movie.
Darkness Falls?
That wasn't really a horror movie either.
The Rundown, there you go. That was horror.
Like with The Rock?
Yeah. That was
Not a horror movie either.
No, it was horror.
No, it wasn't.
You didn't want to watch it. It was.
It was horrific. It was horrific to watch that one.
Oh, he did the Independence Day, new Independence Day. But yeah, these guys don't have very much credibility when it comes to horror slashers. But anyway, it was decent. Very sad though. So I'm not gonna give out spoilers, but I was sad.
Yeah, I ain't gonna see it until it comes out on DVD. So.
Yeah.
Or by DVD, I mean Netflix.
Well, should we call it?
Yeah, let's call it, man.
Let's call
I
it.
get some streaming to get to. My people are yelling at me saying, "Get online."
Oh, your people, the peeps down in Peep.
My beard brigade, as we're called.
Oh my gosh.
The beard brigade.
Well, let's call it here. We'll definitely have to kick up more conversations, at least about upcoming stuff, because I know we still want to talk about.
Yeah, we got a lot more movies we need to talk about. Some more. Yes, Doctor Strange for sure, and I still haven't seen Spider-Man. So hopefully by the next episode we record, I should have seen it by then. If not, the one after, I definitely will see it. So yeah, I'm gonna see it. We'll be able to talk about it. So if you haven't seen Spider-Man by then, don't.
I've seen it already.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about the general people.
Oh, okay.
Go watch it because we're gonna be having spoilers for sure.
Yeah. It's on Disney, isn't it already?
On the 28th, it comes to Disney.
Oh, so like
next week.
Yeah.
Like 3 days.
4 days.
4 days. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. You watch that, and we'll talk about that.
Definitely.
And we'll kind of talk about even like this whole universe. What I'm excited for is the incorporation of Venom. So.
Why Venom's in it?
Oh, you never saw the new Venom film, have you?
No.
Oh, sorry.
What the hell? You're ruining everything for me. Wow. Well, I guess I don't need to see that now.
That was the first. That was the first glimpse of when they showed the multiverse.
I've seen the clip. I don't.
Okay. At the end of it.
I haven't seen the movie, but I obviously spoiled the ending for me because I'm an idiot and I don't care.
The ending was
great. He's in the hotel room, and then he's in the universe. Then you see J. Jonah Jameson on the TV talking about Peter Parker being Spider-Man. And like, yeah, I've seen it.
I actually thought he might have made an appearance. He was going to make an appearance in this one, but it didn't happen.
No.
So, spoiler, it didn't happen.
Spoiler.
Not really a spoiler, but Anyways, let's end it.
Right.
Remember to follow Brian on his socials. Remember to follow and like our pages. Check us out on YouTube. Follow us there. Get the beardo weirdo or the weirdo beardo.
Either way you want. Doesn't matter to me. I'm a dirty
Um,
whore. You can take it. I'll take it any way you want to give it to me, baby.
oh my gosh. Follow us though. Check us out on Twitch as well, because like I said, we might be just doing a live stream of this as well, and then
We both independently
publishing
stream
it
too,
after.
right? Even if we're not doing this, we do stream. So if you want to come join our communities and hang out with us and kind of talk to us a little bit personally, one-on-one, you can come hang out and have fun.
Yeah, I'm trying to stream more, but
You should.
I play Warzone and you won't play it with me, so.
I don't have room for Warzone. I had to delete a bunch of games on my system already because I just got Horizon, which took up a huge amount of space, and now I got Elden Ring, so that took up an even larger amount. Plus, I already have.
We need to get you a PC.
Yeah, I do, but I don't have like $3,000 to drop on a PC right now.
$3,000.
Well, I got to stream too, so I got to make sure it's good enough to play the games and stream at the same time.
Yeah, Mike streams.
Who's Mike?
Mine streams. Streams.
Okay, well, how much is yours worth?
22,000 maybe, a little less.
Okay, that's closer to $3,000 than I want to spend. So, yeah, no, not happening. Not until I get any more money, and I don't have money for that. So, too bad. I'm sticking with my PS5.
Fine. All right. Well,
All right.
Check you guys later.
Have a good one.
Stay fresh, Funky.
Beard out.